Well, I gotta say, on camera, you guys are the best of the best.
Appreciate that, man.
Like,
Appreciate that.
all you guys.
Hey, that bomb going off in your ear a couple days ago really messed you up.
Man, give us a little bit of time.
Can we shoot this intro real quick?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, he got us. Bam! What up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. Day number 3, working on the Tesla. We're doing it in the Inozetek film. Looks amazing. Looks amazing. I want to show you guys real quick. The gloss on this film is next to nothing that I've seen in the wrap industry. It is by far the best. Looks like a paint job. The color, the consistency, everything about the film, amazing. It's really hard to see in here, but you can see from the lighting how well it's reflecting off. It's pretty much like a mirror.
We put some, we got the wet towels,
Okay.
dampened them in there, and then same thing right here. So that's just kind of a little trick that I was taught. So if you want to
I like
brush
it.
up on that.
To elaborate on what David's saying here. Elaborate. To elaborate on what David is saying here. When you're wrapping with this film, it has a lot of static. With that said, static can draw dirt, can draw debris. You want to make sure your area is clean where you're working. But when it comes to this vehicle, you know, there's things in the trunk. It's someone's vehicle. It's their day-to-day. There's dirt in there. So what we did is we ended up putting some towels down. They are damp. What that's going to do is going to control the environment a little bit better, so none of this comes to the film as we're installing the bumper. Didn't mention that. We are wrapping the bumper next. So some of the precautions they took here was putting down some damp cloths inside of the trunk, and then they also just used some scrap vinyl just to cover up a few things where dust and debris might be hiding. So again, if you're working with the Inozetek film, it really has a lot of static. It does draw in dirts and debris from the floor, from anywhere, from your clothes. It's that staticky, so you want to make sure you're preparing your area as best as you can. So these are all just precautions, and these are tips that we're giving to you guys, things that we're doing because with us, we want to make sure the wrap goes on 100% flawless, looks perfect, no debris, no damage to the film. This is how we're doing it. This is only our method. It doesn't have to be done, but that's what we're encouraging you guys to do. Wrapping the rear bumper, gonna go by pretty quick, so we'll show you the process. Let's go. Ow! Ow! Shock, that's what it is. It's shocking you. You can see the static coming off of it. It's legit.
Static, homie.
It's a lot of static. So what makes this film different is that. So a lot of the prep time required, you see them spraying down the floors. All of these things help eliminate some of that static. So it's just, we talked about it in the first vlog. Go back and watch that. If you're new to the series, we introduced the Inozetek film to our channel for the first time, really going over everything that we're experiencing as we go through our first major install on a client's car. What you're seeing us do, we probably look like amateurs, and we are amateurs installing this film, but we're doing everything we can to get it to lay. I mean, it's just not an easy film to work with. If you're a one-man show, a bumper is going to be near impossible. I just don't see it happening. So you need to have a team really with a good IR heater. We got to have some muscles like your boy. I let the show. I let the show.
I'm sweating, and I've never had to sweat to lay a bumper, but that material is just so thick, and it needs so much heat. And honestly, you just need to pull that thing really hard just to get the glass.
You need to have someone like me, is what he's saying.
I just didn't eat my Wheaties or drink my chocolate milk or banana this morning, so the chocolate, he had it this morning, but I guess I didn't have it.
I have it fresh from the teat.
But what, I don't know, what do you think about this, Adrian? Like your first thoughts, since you haven't really messed with this too much.
I've dealt with this vinyl once in like a long time ago, and this is exactly how I remember it. Really hard.
Really hard.
Really hard.
But you know,
I think it's not that it's just like really hard. We just haven't gotten the hang of it 100% like how other people have. You know what I mean?
right.
But as far as everything goes, you do need a couple hands to do it. But it's looking really good. The finish is like just amazing. So I think it's worth it in the end. You know?
All right, that bumper is just ridiculous. Working with this material, it's hard. You need to know that. Before you get into the project, you need to understand material, you need to understand stretch, you need to understand a lot of the elements of wrapping. This is not a beginner's vinyl wrap film, so make sure you are well-rounded with your skills. I would not advise a new installer to just hop in and start working with this film, and that's specifically why I mentioned in the first vlog that what is it called? Inozetek. That's specifically why Inozetek has made this vinyl only available to installers, and it's by, I think it's by selection. I think you apply for it and they decide who they sell to. So with that said, as the film evolves, I think that these things will become a thing of the past. You know, it'll maybe become easier to work with. But right now, the bumpers have been very, very difficult. They're laying really nicely, and really, really happy with the film. I'm not discrediting the film in any way. It's just knowing that it's not like your normal wrap film.
Just like that, the battery got replaced. It only took him like, I don't want to say like, 5 minutes tops. Right, Justin?
Yeah, it's like 5-10 minutes.
It seems like it was just 5 minutes. But yeah, it was just that simple. Just pop in the battery, tighten it down, connect it to posts, and that's pretty much done. And for what I understand, that battery is supposed to keep your car from like dying real fast, right? Like while it's idling.
I'm not sure.
Because I saw the message on the screen. It said something about to prevent battery something idling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, drainage is what it said.
Yeah, so high voltage battery supports the 12 volt battery.
Okay.
If the 12 volt battery isn't up and running and able to do its functions,
So
high voltage technically takes over.
Okay.
So when you're idling, if your 12 volt is not responsive, a high voltage battery takes over
Right.
and it uses more of it.
Ah,
So that's
okay.
pretty much what it's saying. Is as you're idling, you'll see an increased drainage from your high voltage battery, just because
Gotcha.
it's trying to compensate.
Okay, so
for
kind of like a support battery in a sense.
Yeah.
How many, I mean, this is so cool. How many car manufacturers actually have their technician come out to the car? That's the cool thing about Tesla.
That's what I was gonna say
Like,
next.
look at this service. Like,
yeah. I've seen some techs that come out and I'll literally question them just like how I just did with Justin right now, and sometimes they just, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, sometimes they only know half of the things they're sent out to do. But Justin just gave me a straightforward answer. That's what I like about Justin. He knows what he's talking about.
Bam! Final closing statements on the Inozetek.
Inozetek.
So you guys heard me through the whole vlog. The last 3 vlogs, not know how to pronounce it. And it's because it's stuck in my head wrong. Inozetek. So final thoughts on the film. What can I say? Looks like a paint job.
I think we should start off with the bad news. 'Cause
Okay.
I like to start off with the bad news, but
Okay,
then we'll talk about
let's
the
start with the bad.
Bad
And
stuff.
again, we're gonna mention here, we're not sponsored by the company. We are simply giving our feedback. We are very excited about it, so you will hear that in our critiques, but this is not a paid endorsed ad, so it's really just thorough information that we're experiencing. So start with the negatives. As an installer, what was it? What was the hardest part for you?
The hardest part about this film is the prep time that it involves to install the film. So what I mean by that is everything has to be super, super clean. You can't have any dirt anywhere. So I would say that's just kind of one of the major, I wouldn't say a major issue. It's just, you have to be really thorough when installing this film. And then on top of that too is the backing paper doesn't have directionality on it. So I wish that they kind of had something where it kind of tells us where the direction is on the backing paper. But that could all be solved by just kind of drawing like the logos and stuff on the back, the arrows. But that's pretty much all I can think of right now. Is there anything that you want to put in with that?
Well, you touched on the two most major things. One, having a clean shop in general is very important for any wrap shop. So this is only tasking us in general to do more with our cleaning and prepping our shop. So when you're going to be doing one of these film installs, because the film is so staticky, it does pick up a lot of dust and debris that could be literally 4 or 5 feet away. So you want to make sure that not just the area around you is clean, but extending area as well, you know, because the film is very staticky. We mentioned that in the first vlog. If you haven't watched it, go watch that vlog. The second thing that David talked about was the backing paper. The backing paper to me is one of those things that I see the brand probably evolving into having their own custom backing paper that dictates the directionality. If you're familiar with wrapping, you know the importance of following the direction all the way around the film. And we did find a little bit of issues here and there because we're dealing with so much that's different than most wrap films. We're dealing with the cap sheet. We're dealing with making sure that the vinyl doesn't tunnel. We're dealing with all those things. So in addition to that, we're also dealing with a blank backing paper, which adds to the workload as far as having to draw on the directionality of it. What we did with this film is every single panel is within direction to the best of our ability. So we believe that we got the cleanest finish possible for the client. We believe we got the best possible finish to represent the brand. So those would be the negatives. Let's move on to the positives because there's way more positives than negatives with the Inozetek film.
I would say one huge plus about this film is the glue lines. You don't get any glue lines on this thing. Like, it's freaking amazing. I mean, as long as you guys don't heat it up and tack it right away, then you won't get any glue lines, but this thing looks amazing. Even like, just like if I have to reposition or like lift it for whatever reason, it's so thick that it just doesn't get glue lines as easy. Another major pro about this is the gloss on it. It's just freaking phenomenal. Like, there's zero orange peel on this thing. Like, it's just an amazing finish. Like, if I was to see this in public, I'd be like, what, is this paint?
You think it's a paint job?
It looks like a paint job.
Right.
Yeah.
I always like to elaborate, and what I hear you saying is, this is a heat activated film rather than a pressure activated film like the other brands. We're able to do a lot more with the film during the install process, pick up the material, move it around, and not have adhesive lines. And I believe that because it's a heat activated film, that attributes to why you're not getting that effect. Adhesive lines suck with any brand. You know, every brand has its pros and cons. And one of the big things in the wrap industry is glossiness. When you're dealing with gloss films, a lot of times they don't look the way this does. This looks smooth. It's very crisp. It looks like a paint job.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're
Let's
good.
talk about the orange peel on it too. I mean, it's just
Orange peel, yeah.
Zero. You know?
Zero orange
Crazy.
peel. Looks like a really high-end paint job. You know, if you were to take your Tesla to go get your car painted this color, you're probably gonna spend, I mean, I'm not a painter, but I would not go to a paint shop and not expect to pay less than 8 to 10 grand to have my car fully painted like this. But in the wrap scenario here, we're taking a new Tesla, we're wrapping it, we're putting a film over it, we're protecting the original paint, we're giving the customer the ability to have a custom finish. But the best and most, I'd say, the pro of a vinyl wrap is it's removable. You can take this off for the next owner of the car. They're gonna have a brand new black paint job under there, and they don't have to go with your style, which this guy's style was to do the mint or gloss turquoise dream. That might not be everybody's dream to have a gloss turquoise dream Tesla. So that's the pro of a wrap. Everybody asks, why wrap versus paint? One simple factor, it's removable. You get to go back, you get to revert. Back onto the Inozetek pros and cons here. If you want my honest opinion, I've been in the wrap industry for 10 years now. This is the best looking film I've ever seen. Love it. It's amazing. It's not the easiest to install, hence why it's not available to the general public yet. They are only offering out to professional installers, select shops, from my understanding. With that said, we're gonna do a giveaway, and this is how we do it. We want you guys to discover this brand. We want you guys to see what they're doing, and I haven't planned this with them, so I'm hoping that it falls in line properly. What I'm hoping to do is that we're gonna send them some photos of posts on their Instagram, and I want you guys to go comment on their post and let them know Premium sent you there. What I'm gonna do is I'll hook you guys up with a hat. I'm gonna pick 3 people who go over and comment on Instagram or Inozetek's Instagram. Just comment Premium Fam or Premium sent me here. Let them know that we're doing our job to help promote them. I feel very strongly about the brand, and I want to make sure that we're giving them some value in return. You know, they deserve it. They came up with a great film, so I want to give you guys something. Go over to their Instagram, give them a follow, drop them a comment. We'll pick 3 people, we'll give some hats away, and David will pick them. So it's on you, bro.
I'm down. Just comment below. Make sure to guys comment below. I'll pick them at random, and that's pretty much it for this vlog.
Well, I gotta say, on camera, you guys are the best of the best.
Appreciate that,
Thank
man.
you.
Like,
Appreciate that.
All you guys, like you guys. I mean, I own my own business,
Okay.
and I'd probably hire you guys all for my business if you aren't working
He's
here.
stealing
Like,
us.
Let us know. Let
Because
us
you
know.
guys are, I mean, the quality, the detail, the attention to detail, the customer service, the relationship you build with the customer. I mean, you can't get that everywhere. So it's unique. So
Yeah.
what you guys are doing, keep doing it.
Awesome.
Appreciate
And,
that.
you know, you guys will, I'm sure you're blowing up, you'll keep blowing up. So
I appreciate that,
take
man.
care of
Thanks
your
for
cu-
acknowledging those
Yeah,
things.
what you
Those
guys-
are all things that we care about a lot.
So, I mean, what I see in you guys is a passion because you love what you do, and the fact that you make money is kind of a bonus.
100%.
Exactly.
You know, so that really comes out in your business and like your philosophy. So I appreciate everything you guys.
Thank you, man.
It's been an honor. I feel like I'm family now.
You are. And that's
Yeah.
the thing is like, you know, when we do these projects, at the end of it getting paid, sometimes I forget. I'm like, oh, we're getting paid for all
Yeah,
that? Like,
yeah.
because you've seen, we had a blast wrapping it. We had a
Yeah.
blast. Even like the issues that we had dealing with, I mean, it's just part of the game for me.
Yeah.
And, you know, to overcome those challenges and still see a happy customer in the end, still see these guys happy with what they were, you know, the work that they put in, the efforts that they put in. And then ultimately, for you to be happy and tell us that you're
Yeah.
happy. We already won. Getting paid is just a perk.
And how does it feel when people say you guys are the best? You guys are.
It's something that you cannot let get into your brain. You got to accept it and accept the responsibility of that. You know, there's a lot of people that are told, oh, you're the best, you're this, you're that. And then they just let it get to their head. So when I say you accept it, you accept the responsibility of that, meaning I got to be held accountable for that. So if this guy's telling me that I'm the best and we're the best, and I appreciate that, we have to be the best even after he leaves. You know, any questions, any concerns, we always got to be there to address it. If he refers a customer, we got to be accountable for that. You know, if he refers somebody, I want to make sure that I'm answering those questions for that customer, taking care of that customer. If he's telling people we're the best, we need to be the best. You know, you never want to mess up someone else's reputation or referral because you're not taking them seriously, or you're not taking your clientele seriously, or your business seriously. So that's my recommendation. You know, never let it get to your head. There is amazing shops all around the world, you know, and I see them all the time. I see them on Instagram, but I always notice some of the weaknesses. And one of the biggest weaknesses is letting things get to you and your head and your staff's head. So, you know, I let my guys have their time. I let them enjoy talking to the customer, meeting the customer, building a relationship with them, letting them take the compliments that they deserve because they killed it. Look at that thing. But it's also remembering why we do what we do. We do it for this reason, all the way from the beginning to the end. It's to give the customer an amazing experience. There's too many times in the wrap world or any type of service and business where you pay for something and you're completely unhappy. And that's not what we want to do in this industry. We want to make sure that every single thing the premium stamp goes on, it's just quality, it makes the person happy, and it's a good conversation piece. So that's that. I'm going to leave the vlog on that note. I'm really glad that we got to meet him and just get his reaction and just get good feedback. Feels good, not going to lie. See you guys in the next one.